bought my vehicles. I had my toys and stuff like that, and uh, I failed to set aside money because I didn't. Nobody ever told me that one day that it would crash, and
Wait, you didn't fail. You just weren't aware, right? No, you go ahead.
What was that again?
I said you didn't fail. You just weren't aware.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so I was laid off last year, and I'd always wanted to try a certain career, but I was always afraid of, I guess, the bad people in the industry. And I guess with age, that fear finally left, and I joined a law enforcement career at the end of last year. Currently, I'm a detention officer for the sheriff's department, and right now I work in a jail until I get the opportunity to possibly get on the streets. But
you like it? Are you satisfied?
I love it. I use this opportunity to reach out to the inmates. The only difference between those people and us is they got caught doing bad stuff.
Boy, I would have been a handful for you when I was in juvenile hall for.
Well, is there, are there some people in there that deserve to be in there? Yes, there are. But there's a lot of people that are in there for small stuff like unpaid parking tickets or, stuff like that, their lives are so busy that they just forgot to take care of them, and that they were arrested. So I use my job as an opportunity to not necessarily just enforce the laws, but I use it as an opportunity to reach out and speak to the guys. I'm always there for their, when they need somebody to talk to. I always try to encourage them, to be better to people, especially when they get out in the real world. And I actually had the opportunity to run into one today that had just gotten out several weeks ago. And I seen him out while,
out on the street.
Yeah, I had taken my nieces out to the mall to spend some of their money, and I actually wound up running into him at the mall. He had already gotten a job, and I was just able to tell him, how proud I was of him, and just to stay, stay out of trouble and continue to work to better himself. So, I get a. You don't.
You realize the impact you're making on these people's lives.
Well,
by being in an authority role, and you're having such a kind heart and showing them compassion, they're going to go through their time thinking completely differently. So what you're doing is amazing. So keep it up because it's really awesome.
Well, I don't always get to see them out in the world. I try to avoid them because I don't want them seeing, what type of vehicle I drive or anything like that, because some of them, they have built up such a hate, for the system, that I don't want them, trying to follow me or anything like that. So I try to stay away when I can, but, while I'm inside the system, I try to, just encourage those guys and just try to give them a better outlook.
I spoke to Brenda earlier.
Yeah, because most people that they come into contact with negativity and what wrongfulness they're going to do to hurt the people that put them in there when they get out. My dad's been in prison my whole life. So I know exactly where you're coming from with all this, And having such a positive influence there every single day truly impacts your life, their life and yours. And so keep it up because it's really, and it takes a really big heart to put your neck out there and to do what you do. Your work.
Am I worried about one day being attacked? Yeah, I mean, it'll happen eventually. You know, all I can do is hope and pray that it doesn't, but I'm not scared.
You can't.
I walk into those cells every single day, you know, confident in the way I do my job. I think I've earned enough respect from the inmates themselves that I think if somebody was to jump me, I think I would receive help from some of the inmates.
There's always a stuff that's happening in life that's not that doesn't go the way we plan, or unfortunate circumstances and everything. But like, we can't be in anticipation for those. We just have to know that they happen, and then when they happen, like, what do you do with it afterwards? Like, that's like the story of my life. Like, I've been through so much. Like, people twice my age hear my story and they're like, what? They can't even comprehend or put their mind around just what I've been through and how I've overcome everything. But I'm like, I've fallen to the floor so many times, really hard, a few. And it's not about how hard you fall to the floor, but it's about how you pick yourself up. And that's the real challenge. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to stay in the victim mentality and not do anything? Or are you going to pick yourself back up and be like, I'm an overcomer and I'm a survivor and I'm gonna help the world in the best way that I know how to relate? Just this experience, it's another thing on my list that I'm qualified for to relate to another human being. It's awesome. And I think having that mindset, we all have shit that we've been through. And it's like, we all can relate to something in some way. And when we go through stuff that's hard and overcome it, heal from it properly, and use it as an advantage to help someone else, like, that's really awesome. At least for me, that's what.
Yeah.
I know we all have a purpose on this earth. We all have a purpose. It's just our job to figure out what that purpose is. What our purpose in life is, as far as, our fellow man or whatever. At one time, I believe my purpose was to help people in the hospitals, because I worked in the hospitals for many years. And then now I think it's with children, and I've been doing this morning and afternoon program for 10 years. And I know I have inspired the children, because they come back and see me, and some of them have already graduated and come back. So it's kind of cool when they come back and say, hey, Mr. Carter, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, with the guy that I seen in the mall today,
It turns me on about life.
I was walking with my nieces, and he recognized me and said my name, and as soon as I heard him and I turned around to look at him, I recognized him and was able to, sit there and have a small conversation with him.
That's good.
But I take my job very serious. I get a lot of oohs and ahs from some of the inmates, because I'll walk in and I'll call them out by name. And in our jail facility alone, we can house just over, I think it's between 300 and 350 people. And I probably know about 80% of their names. I've only been there 7 months. But I take my job serious enough, that if I was in that position, I wouldn't want to be called inmate. I'd want to be called, by my name. So, I try to take the time to learn these guys' names, so that I can call them by their name, whenever I see them, whether it's at work or, when they do get out and get into the real world.
Absolutely. Good for you, James. Did you guys, Bruce and Brian, did you guys hear the question that I had asked you guys earlier? You guys can, I was just asking if there's been a major thing in your life that impacted your life to where you had to overcome something so strong and so deep that it bettered yourself as a person at the end of it. Like how James was saying, like his story and all that.
For me, not really. I think the thing that really hurt me the most, and I think I've grown through it, is the loss of my mother, and I lost her 2 years ago. You know, I don't think I really had anything really major. The only thing I had that was major, I had 2 hip replacements. I had both my hips replaced, and I learned a lot through that because when I, before I had it done, I was in a lot of pain, and and I learned that I had to take care of myself first before I could take care of anyone else or help anyone else. And someone put that in my head. He said, "Why are you doing this when you should be taking care of you first so that you can give yourself to other people?"
Absolutely.
And that hurt my feelings, but when I got it taken care of, now I'm able to, help other people. And I love doing this thing with the kids, like I was saying earlier. I mean, they inspire me to inspire them and give them values that they may not have from home. Because they know I stand for one thing. I'm not going to tolerate this thing or that thing. And they know I want respect. If they want respect back, they got to respect me too. So they know all of this stuff. And like I was saying, I don't know if you heard me earlier, I've got a few that have graduated that came back to see me. They said, "Hey, Mr. Carter, we had to come back and see you. We really liked you when you were doing safety with us when we were in 5th grade." And they're young men and young women, and they're out in the world doing their thing now. So, yeah.
That must be so cool.
The training wheels came off.
That's great.
Man, I love it.
That's wonderful.
Well, one of my outlooks on life is, you have to not only learn from your mistakes, you have to learn from other people's mistakes as well. If you take a situation and a bad situation and let it grab a hold of you, I mean, it's just going to run your life into the ground. It's going to affect you in a negative way. And you just have to take even a bad thing that happened to you and turn them into a positive and learn from them. And, it gives you that more of a tool to sit there and say, you know what, I've been through that situation. I've lived, me personally, I lived in the hood growing up. I was molested at a young age, and I took those things and I take things that happen in my everyday life and other people's lives, and I learn from them. And I use those, to motivate me, to be a different person, to be a better person.
That's so glad that you do that.
That's great.
Awareness. I swear, it all comes down to awareness and like the important things in life, and like being aware. There's so much more, not educated, but more intelligent on a different level, where like you understand things and get things. It's like, but like I'm stubborn, so like the fact, like someone could be like, "Tiffany, don't touch that stove, it's hot," and I'll be like, "Touch it." Oh, okay, it's hot. I'm just like, I have to find out from my own personal experience something. But like, I mean, of course, if someone says, don't jump off of a bridge, you're gonna die, I wouldn't do that. But like, I'm not that extreme. But a lot of times throughout my life, I had like people tell me, point me in the right direction and stuff, but I just for some reason had to choose my own path. But it's because I needed that experience for soul growth. And I think we all, as humans, we have to go through certain things and experience certain things on certain levels to become who we are, to learn like more in a different way that somebody can't usually teach you. Like learning from as you're going, you learn from yourself, which from experience for me has been the best teacher. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to commend Bruce.
Yes.
I know you're older than I am, Bruce, and over my years of working in the oil field, I gained a substantial amount of weight, and and I've had my share of injuries growing up and everything. But the one thing as you get older, it becomes a lot harder to lose that weight, and to make yourself feel better and everything. And um, I'm kind of on the same path Bruce is. I try to work out, try to get myself down because I want to be able to do my job more effectively. I want to be able to reach out, get out on the streets and, not be one of the ones that people constantly make fun of. So, Bruce, man, I just want to commend you on the sacrifices that you make, to put yourself, your body in a better position, to live longer. That way you can make a difference in other people's lives. But just continue what you're doing, man. Keep pushing forward.
We need more people.
Right.
Well, actually,
Right.
I think everybody just needs to learn their greatness, learn what they're good at, and step into that, and like be their own, come into themselves.
Right.
Like that's what I'm all about. Like Tiffany T's World. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I created Tiffany T's World because, like I said before, my passion is to help wake people up to like know how great you are, learn about yourself in and out, and like and don't hide any aspect of you because you're beautiful. And once you shine in your element the way you're supposed to, it's contagious. I mean, it literally, if everybody lived at least 10% on purpose, like the world would be an even ecstatically joyous place more than it is. Absolutely.
Right.
James,
So here's my story.
I'm sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah,
thanks
so
for coming.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
that. All right. So here's my story. I was born in New York, but my family, I grew up for like till I was 7 years old, and my parents and family had to move overseas. They lived there, country named Jordan, and where I had to stay about 12 years of my life. And they stayed there for now. I had to move back by myself. They sold everything that we had here. So I had nothing when I moved back here. Actually, I moved back a few months ago when I graduated with my bachelor's engineering degree overseas. I got it. I moved back here actually because I felt like I need to separate myself. That's how I felt from everybody, so I can discover and explore what I really want to do with my life. To be honest, and I seriously don't know what you know, what what is waiting for me, but I'm pretty sure that it's really good because I left all my friends, all my family, everybody that I grew up with, to be honest, for the past 12 years.
That's
So
correct.
yeah, so
So
that's
what was it in you that
that's
made
it.
you want to move back all alone and just start over? Because I know what that.
It is hard. It is actually
Yeah.
like a hard. Yeah, it is actually a hard and a tough move to make, to be honest. But I don't know. I found that first of all, like beside that, my my job field actually is really good in here, better than
Okay.
back in Jordan. Um, it's it is uh, my call, to be honest. Like there's a call that I'm taking right now. I can feel that I need to be separated from everybody so I can focus and know exactly what I don't know, to be honest. Like I just felt like it because I had, to be honest, like a really great life there. But I
Yeah.
didn't see my future there, to be honest with you. I didn't explore myself enough to see what I'm skilled at. Yes, I got a degree. That's okay. Like everybody would get a degrees, but I don't know. You have to know what you're
Absolutely.
interested in and just that's my way of getting to know myself and my interests more, to be honest, when I separate myself and like just focus on myself, to be honest. That's how it goes with me. So yeah, starting up like life from scratch right now. Back at it
An
again.
exciting time in your life. Like,
Yeah.
wow, you should embrace this.
Yeah, big time.
Hey, Brian, are you originally from Jordan?
Originally, yeah, my parents are from
You were
Jordan.
born in New York.
They are. I was born here, yeah, and I spent
Oh, okay.
like 8 years here.
you
But I
lived in
mean,
Jordan
like,
for 12 years.
yeah. So basically, I know, and I traveled a lot. To be honest, I've been to Europe a lot of times, so many places. I like to travel. It's becoming more. Yeah, that's how I am, to be honest. And as you travel, that's what I experienced. To be honest, you get more. You get to know yourself more, to be honest, when you get to know more cultures and different type of people, to be honest, you're so like you'll get amazed like from what you get, to be honest, because right now I know like 4 languages and I'm learning my
It's
fifth.
amazing.
So yeah, it is great, actually. Yes, it is
In
amazing.
order to
Yeah.
They say the American English language is actually one of the hardest languages to learn for foreigners.
For me, I don't think so, to be honest. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was, because it is, I don't know, because I know like a lot of different harder languages to learn, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like one of them is the Arabic language. That's so hard to learn. So hard. Like it's the hardest, I guess.
No, I heard
for now.
Chinese is actually really hard. And did I freeze again? Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think you did.
I got issues. I'll be back.
Where is my moderator? Damn. Can you guys hear that, or is it just?
It sounded like somebody was playing some kind of piano or something.
Huh. Okay. Where is Sam? Because I have a complication with someone. Maybe I'm not kidding. He wants your number.
What?
Everyone.
I don't know what just happened.
So are you in this? Are you on Pacific time, James?
Yeah.
I'm on Central Time. It's 1:04 a.m. right now.
So what time do you have to go? What time do you start work in the morning, or do you have a night shift?
I actually work 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and this is my last day off, so I'll get up in the morning probably about 9:30 or 10 and start my day.
Do you work with youth or are you with adults?
No, I work with the hardened criminals.
I think I just wanted to mention, I think it's really awesome that I could tell how you separate yourself from the other deputies, because like you said, everybody messes up, that everybody does something wrong, but it doesn't, you don't have to keep pushing them down. Like I had to, I got 120 days of jail time that I had to do a year and a half ago. Yeah, I know, right? Me in jail. Oh my gosh. There's a year in prison, and I was like, I can't go to prison. I'm going to be someone's bitch. Like, are you serious? I fought it for like 10 months. It was just DUIs. Like, I had a nervous, emotional breakdown for 7 months, and didn't want to live. I lost like my daughter, my husband, everything all at once, and like I totally broke down and had a really bad time in my life. So I accumulated a couple of DUIs, and they were trying to give me a year. So I fought it. They gave me 120 days, and I graciously accepted it. It wasn't a year, but they were so mean. They were so mean. I mean, not only, I didn't think that I was a real criminal. I mean, I know I'm really against drunk driving and stuff. I kill people and whatever. I know bad stuff has happened, but like I was in with like hardcore people, like people that were nice, like that would kill me in the shower if I was, you know what I mean? Like And so I was like,
Yeah.
and then not to even make matters worse, like I didn't even talk to him. I kept to myself, and I was scared, and I read, and I just worked out. But it was such a great, humbling experience. I love that I went through that. But at the same time, the guards, you know, they're adults just like you are. I mean, I'm only 33, but they put me down like really bad where I was. Like they called us scums and just like I don't know. It was just horrible every single day going through that. Not only are you in this like facilitated place with all these other human beings that don't necessarily like you, and but it was just like, I think it's so cool you do that, James, because that really is empowering. I mean, I remember a few nights I just go to bed like almost in tears because I'm like, I cannot believe someone just said that to me. And not that like it's so impactful, but it kind of is, because when you're in a place like that, you don't have your natural life freedom. You can't, you can't just go outside and be in nature and be in like your element or whatever. You can't just like close a door and be by yourself. You have to ask permission for everything. So you're living this life that's already a little bit challenging. And it's not that like you have to make it easier for them, because a lot of them were like, well, we just don't want you to come back here. That's why we're so mean. I'm like, wow, but you like put me down, like being horrible, obscene comments. And
Well, I mean, you can't go into it with the attitude, that they're all criminals and inmates. They do bad stuff. They do get arrested, but they're people too. They have heartbeats as well as we do.
Right.
And you can't go in with the attitude that they're lower than you. Because that's, as from an officer standpoint, that's just going to do nothing but get you hurt. Because so many inmates will get tired of your crap, and you'll wind up accidentally putting yourself in a bad situation one of these days, and you'll find yourself on the wrong end of, a group of inmates beating the crap out of you. And I tell my friends all the time, it's pretty bad when I trust the inmates more than I trust the officers. That's how crooked they are, and I'm not afraid to write an officer up. If you do something that I feel that you're not supposed to do, I mean, I'll write you up for it, and I'll speak my mind. And like I told these guys when I came out of training, I said, I don't care if you've been here 20 years or if you've been here 2 minutes. If you don't have those stripes on your shoulders or on your sleeves, or if you don't have those pennants on your collars that show that you're, a sergeant or a lieutenant or a chief or a captain, then you mean nothing to me. You're the same person as I am. You're an officer, and you're not going to tell me how to do my job.
So that's what you meant by earlier, when I was listening to you, whenever you first came on, James, you said that you were worried about starting this career.
Years ago, I was scared to go into law enforcement because
of the name they have for themselves.
Yeah, in this day and time, if you call a bad officer out on his actions, if you put a case on him and he gets in trouble, you're going to wind up with a group of bad officers that are going to have it out for you, and they're going to do everything they can to, make your career the worst job you've ever had.
Why do you think so many people so much?
Because they hide behind the badge, they hide behind the uniform. They think the uniform gives them power to do whatever they want to do, when in fact it really doesn't. We're no better than citizens. We're just officers that are hired to enforce laws.
It's very cowardly on their part, to be. I was just going to say it's very cowardly on their part to be of such authority, to be in a position to help other people, and all they do is hurt.
Well, it's like if one of you ladies was pulled over by an officer, and he's seen how beautiful he was, and he got your license and registration and ran your information, and then come back and say, let's say you were doing 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, or let's say you ran a stop sign, read a red light, and what if he looked at you and said, you know what? I tell you what, if you'll show me a breast or a nipple, or if you'll raise your skirt, you know, I'll let you go. I won't give you a ticket. You know, that's not right. You're breaking the law just like they did. You know, and I can't stand people like that. And what is my Friday, which is a Monday, I probably had the worst day at that job since I've been there, because I had officers that didn't want to do their job, and I essentially had to go back and apologize to inmates for the choice of words that I used, because I was so upset at officers that I took my anger out on them, you know, and that's not who I am. And the majority of them understood that, and they appreciated me coming back and apologizing to them. But, you know, as I've gotten older, I'm 39. As I've gotten older, I don't care about this stuff anymore. I don't care if you want to get a group of your officer buddies and, you know, try to make my life a living hell, because I'll return the favor.
Yeah. So what good happens at work? Like, what is there any enjoyable experiences? Are there any enjoyable experiences? Yeah.
Well, just what I explained earlier. I love what I do because I get to help. You know, I get to these people that live these lives of crime, or maybe something bad. You know, maybe they got a ticket, and maybe their lives were so busy that they didn't get a chance to take care of that ticket. So next thing you know, they got a warrant out for the arrest, and they get arrested. You know, jail's not a pretty place. It can bring you down. It can make you feel like you're nothing. And I'm there to build you back up. I'm there to make you realize, you know, that you can make changes in your own life yourself, and change the way you live your life, change the people that you hang out with, you know. And some people may say, you know, that, well, that's a boring lifestyle. Well, it may be boring, but you're not in jail. You're not branded with that reputation. Well, you're a criminal. You know, you've been to jail, and that's what our world is today. They judge you based off of what you've done. And if you've been to jail, if your record shows that you've been to jail, they sit there and say, well, Tiffany, you're a criminal. You're no good to us. You know, and that's not right.
But I know, like, the thing is like, why I like to bring awareness is because I know it's not right. I don't care what anybody says about me. And I think that once people get into the state of true, healthy self-respect, I've had people say, I've had a hater the other day that told me I should kill myself on YouTube. And I'm like, thank you. Woohoo. And then he's like, you fucking idiot. I'm like, I love you too. You know, like, I really don't care what anybody, I'm a criminal, technically. Freaking great criminal. And I love me anyway. Like, I don't care. Like,
well, the thing about it is,
and you know, and you're right, we live in a society that's so judgmental. But once you get to that state where I hope everybody gets there eventually, because we just live in a great, amazing more world, like, it would just be so cool. Because when you're in that state, just like with you at work, you're probably like, you know, okay, yeah, you know, you can get jumped, you know, whatever can happen, but you're okay, like, you're good, like, you're good to go. It's all mindset, I think, and perception. And
yeah,
like,
well, it's all about how you treat somebody. You know, I get the opportunity to go to 2 different facilities, especially when I get to be on transport, when I transport an inmate from one facility to the next, because we don't house everybody in the same jail.
Right.
We have a system where people like sex offenders, murderers, and people like that, they go to a high risk jail, and all the people that are in for maybe tickets or child support or something like that, they come out there where I'm at, and so, but I get to see both sides of the box, and those people sit there, and when they come into the system, these officers that they have, that basically book you in, that put you into the system, they have no bedside manner, and am I perfect with everybody? No. If you continue to act up after I've told you a couple of times to do something, yeah, I'll change my tone of voice with you, and I'll treat you differently for a short period of time until you show me that you can behave.
Absolutely, and it's like that.
But the thing about me is, I'm a people person, and where other officers may find it hard to talk you down, to get you to calm down, I don't find it that hard. You gotta do a little bit of give and a little bit of take. And being an officer, you can't have the attitude, well, they need to respect me, I don't have to respect them. That's wrong. You gotta treat it like life. You gotta have the attitude, I'll respect you if you respect me.
So you said it.
And because you give them.
Yeah.
I was going to say, maintain that attitude and keep doing what you're doing, and making a difference in people's lives, because like we were saying, it's truly, it's empowering for yourself and for others. And so keep up the good work. Good job.
And we haven't, we have a place to get to at 11:30, but go ahead.
I was going to say, and Brian, I kind of did the same thing. I moved from Texas to California alone. Didn't know anyone. Just uprooted my entire life. And I mean, yours is way different. I mean, you moved from Dubai, Jordan area to, you live in New York, right? Yeah, yep. I love New York. I just, actually her and I just vacationed there not too long ago. So what you were saying earlier is, you're trying to take yourself out of this inner circle to be better. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Being alone and being lonely are two completely different things.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what kind of everybody, is telling me and been told that, you might get lonely and stuff like that. I'm like, no, that's completely different. That's what I mean. Yeah. No, because most of the, I'm really a social guy that interact on daily basis with different new people and get to meet new people actually in my life. So yeah, it is. I'm gonna say this, and then I gotta go. As far as you, Brian, man, keep your head up. As far as the whole being single, I mean, I'm in that same position. Work on yourself. Do what you want to do, because when you get involved, it can kind of take away from what you want to, the goals that you want to reach. You'll know when you reach that happy place, to where you can do other things in your life. Victoria and Tiffany, thank you. Awesome meeting you, ladies. I'm glad there's somebody out there, that's out to encourage people, on a daily basis. I followed you, Tiffany, on Twitter, IG, and Facebook. Look forward to your post. I'll try to come on here at nighttime when I get home from work. But every Wednesday. Sweet, that's my day off.
Perfect.
So, perfect.
Y'all have a good evening. God bless y'all, and continue doing what
you do the same.
You and thank you for keeping up with me and for taking the time to pay attention. I love all my fans, followers, and subscribers dearly. Like I couldn't do it without all you guys. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Love you too.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Y'all be good.
Have a great night.
Thank y'all.
Bye, Brian. Or Brian, are you leaving as well? Oh yeah, bye. Oh, bye.
Too, but yes, it was a pleasure meeting you too, Brian and Anthony.
It was. Actually was, yeah.
Daryl, everybody out there. And Brian, oh my gosh, I love your story. And I think
So
you're
do
so
I.
strong. And I'm so excited for you.
I love your spirit. Even the webcam thing, I love your spirit. It shines really bright. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, actually.
I will see you next
It's
Tuesday.
actually, yeah, for sure. Next Wednesday, right?
Yeah, and we do next Wednesday I'm starting another new show next Wednesday called Soul Search with one of my dear friends, and it's going to be more about spiritual awareness. The gratitude shows on Wednesdays at 9:30, and then I have the vent show on Sundays at 10, which is all just about coming together and venting. Like if you have something to get off your chest, get it off your chest. But then we help you like find a positive solution to whatever it is that's bugging you and help you see the blessing in it all. So,
Who doesn't need that in their life?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Good luck with that.
Brian, take care.
Loved your show.
All you
Thank
guys
you.
Have a great week. Mwah, mwah.
Bye-bye for now.